Hey, my friends, it's your friend Kevin. I'm here with my friend Freddie the Teddy and Patrick the Bear over there. This is your divine inspiration message for today. So, we're in the angel numerology number 2 today, which I call Keep the Faith. Others might call Don't Stop Believing. Watch your negative thinking. Watch the people that are around you that may have ulterior motives. Go gently, be harmonious, be as supportive and considerate as you possibly can, particularly when it comes to yourself. The number 2 energy is about being tactful, cooperative, loving, kind, patient. This is about working with divine feminine energy. So don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on what works for you, what is working for you. And if you find it challenging to keep going and keep the faith, get with someone who's a bit like a coach for you. Now, the number 2 days work with the Eight of Swords or the Eight of Air, depending on what deck you're working with. It's a kind of a wise type of energy. Archangel Jophiel, Raguel, they're around. This is also invokes the astrology planet of Mercury. So there's that. My happier me affirmation for today is my ability to conquer my challenges is limitless. My potential to succeed is infinite. Now, my process to do this every day for you is I shuffle this deck first and I wait to see if one jumps out. This did. If it doesn't jump out after a little while, I'll pull one. But let's see what this says on the back. You are limitless. You are the only one that can set up limits for yourself, so don't do it. Don't be in that space of, I don't know if I could do this. I don't have what it takes. Oh, yes, you do. And yes, you should. So there's that. Let's go on to Elmora or Mora. Yes. In some respects, I kind of wish, I like to use the given name, which is Ranbir Singh, who was a Sikh, but he came from a very prominent family in Kashmir, India. So it's hard, or was hard, for folks of prominence to pick up humanitarian causes and go help those who basically were feeling oppressed. In his case, in the mid 1800s, he was helping to liberate parts of the continent of India from the British invasion. Anyway, the message for this whole week has been a force field of spiritual light is surrounding each and every one of us. And in order to invoke it, we have to let go of drama and anything that isn't serving our higher purpose. Remove ourselves from the situations and the stories and the people and the places that we are feeling drain us. And there's a lot of that going on all over the world. We need to feel safe. We need to feel connected to good people, joyful people, happy people. That's really what we came here to do. If we keep on buying into somebody else's problems, someone else's limitations, we in turn limit ourselves. So we're being guided to remember that there's a powerful light, the light of God, the light of source, the light of energy, the light of angels that works with all of us. And that light can teach us much. However, when we're buying into fear, which is the ego edging out God, then we're buying into the heavy, dense energy that gets stuck. It's a bit like, when you put all these things down your drain and your water's flowing well, you're flowing well, things are going well until stuff starts to get stuck. Stuff starts to, the negative stuff, all the complaining, all of that stuff becomes like a film on the inside of your pipes, and eventually they've got to be cleaned out. So let Mora and the angels of light help determine what should go down your drain or what should come into your being and what should not. I'm hoping that helps. I think it is. Let me get on to my isms before we pull a card for the day and bring in Gertrude and Beatrice. I am intentional and clear. I am manifesting my desires with ease and joy. This came from our good friend of the channel, Miss Joanna. And here's another one. I think this is from, she runs a site called Be Your Own Unicorn. I am a beautiful soul on a cosmic journey, fully and completely supported and loved by the universe. Yes, you are. I want more joy. I want more romance. I want more business. I want more joy. I want more love. I want more peace. I want more good stuff. I want more this. I want more that. You want more of the good stuff, right? You got more of the great stuff. You want more of the things that light you up and turn you on and get you going. Well, ask for it. However, your angels, your spirit guides, those who have ascended, the ones you knew, grandparents, great-grandparents, your lineage, if you will, your ancestors, they keep asking you, what do you keep putting the stress in your wagon for? You know you shouldn't have believed that nonsense you got told. Why do you keep believing it? Oh, incidentally, this card comes from the Divine Masters Oracle by the wonderful Kyle Gray. I like giving credit where credit is due. These teachers come up with these cards out of Hay House, and they spend a lot of time putting together this information so you and I can just pick it up like, oh, yeah, I'll do that. Thank you. A bit like the barista at the coffee shop. Takes a lot to learn what to put in that and stir it all up, just for people to say there's not enough milk or whatever. I'm just being silly. All right, Beatrice, Gertrude. Now, I asked where they are today, what their message was. And they're basically saying it's clear. Be observant. Look at who you're looking at. Watch what you're hearing. Watch what you're seeing. Don't buy in. There's a card. Don't buy into the plight of others. That word came out. Plight. Now, that might seem, particularly if you read or you do healing work for other people, these two look almost identical. This is, oh gosh, the violet flame. No, it's not the violet flame. I'll find it in a minute. But that cover image is a different one, but they look very, very similar. Anyway, let's get on with Lady Portia, and I'll get to the other stuff in a minute. Everything's in divine order. Do what you feel like is right today, and there's an important message unfolding. Lady Portia is a keeper of light, a keeper of love, and there's a reason why I chose this deck this week. It is because for me, there's an awful lot of energy out there that seems counterintuitive. You know, this year and part of last year, we had this brand new, exciting artificial intelligence that is being used. Before that, we had reports that computers were being hacked, programmed. Well, you know, I've got to say that there are always going to be people, situations that are going to want to mess around with stuff to keep us trapped in limits and fears. And there's all kinds of things out there that want to keep us frightened. want to keep us in fear. Yeah, no, I not so much. Um, it's a bit like we've got to start minding our own business, and we've got to start taking care of our own stuff. Let's see what Lady Portia has to say in response to why are you here? What are you doing? Basically, right now, she's saying there is a call for justice. Um, and it's coming into our space here. We've got Elmora bringing that light of discernment. We have our ism card today saying we've got the ability to conquer any challenges because we're limitless. We also need to ask for more love, more romance, more business, more joy, and more peace. We're here to do great things, people. We're here to lead and follow and be with others, right? So act from our heart, act from a good, intelligent source, act with integrity. If you're in a disagreement, which I'm sure you possibly will be, see another person's point of view and surrender whatever pride you got going on. So it looks like you're coming from a loving space, not a space of judgment. And if you have made choices in the past, like I have, that were not for your highest good and the highest good of other people, then admit it. Go through the journey of honesty. Release the karmic stuff, the anchors of fear from the energy. Take the time to learn from each and every situation you're going with. This is what keeping the faith is all about. If you're involved in anything legal, if you've got to go to court, got to pay a traffic ticket, or you happen to be party to a lawsuit of sorts, know that Lady Portia and the angels of justice are gathering around to honor everybody concerned. So Gertrude and Beatrice are sitting looking out the window of their tea shop. They've got tea and cakes and all this. I see them. They haven't been in the tea shop for a while, but it is a symbol. Symbolism is nurture yourself. For me, a cup of tea and whatever, Danish, whatever you want to call it, that's comforting. It's nurturing. It is just, most people like to drink some sort of flavored tea, herbal tea. They sit down with tea. My friend Jessica just started a tea group here in Charlotte. About a dozen women get together, and it's all very spiritual. It's all very, it's like a community, lovely light community. They're showing me that we need to be in the observation mode. We need to be looking at what is happening and listening to what we believe in here. There are always going to be folks who look to us for our opinions and our thoughts and what we may or may not think. And it's easy to step into a position of sorts. It's easy to take an argument, I suppose, if you will, take a stand. For me, I'm with people all the time, and I see all sorts of sides of different people and different points of view. I could step into what I think is right and put that across. Am I even surprised by what I get told? Not really. I'm very generous, usually very truthful and honest. I always try to come from a platform of I really don't know if I don't know. And I'm really open to the point of view that tell me more about that. Let me know how you feel about that. What is that doing for you? And it's incredible how folks will believe certain things, whether it's right or wrong. And I'm also asking, where did you get this information? That's a tricky one. Because sometimes when we ask somebody else what their source is, where are you getting this information? It sounds judgmental. If we say that's interesting, if we say I hadn't thought of it that way, if we say I don't really know that I believe that, but you may need to tell me more to convince me, It isn't judgment. It is saying, I am holding space for you to share what you're sharing. I'm not necessarily buying into your opinion, but I am interested in learning what that is. And done. You don't have to make it mean anything. You don't have to get into any kind of disagreement with somebody, but this is the point I'm making. These are the tools that keep us in discernment, the tools that keep us safe, the tools that allow us to have more of these things. Not jumping into the swamp of madness. That's all ego. That's all fear. It's all limiting beliefs. Now, I will say this before I close this down. There was a part of me briefly who, once I got it and I understood it, and the path of rightness, there's a word righteousness, but sometimes righteous can be a little bit also polarizing. But rightness, the path of rightness and wrongness, you feel it in here, I feel it in here. There was a point sometimes where I got it, and then all of a sudden I want to share it with the world. Even that can come across as being a little bit judgmental. I learned long years ago from a comic talking about churchianity, where people were using passages out of the Bible to basically as a weapon to judge, weaponize, judge other people. Listen, it's not our job. We're not here to do that. We're here to listen, hold space, and line up. I like that. Listen, hold space, and line up. Line up with what is our truth. Line up with where our sovereignty is. Line up with what we want. And what's lovely about that, we find our friends, we find our community, we find other people that are lined up nicely with us, packaged in, and we tuck in the ones we want to tuck in, and we go from there. I think that's it from me. Gertrude, Beatrice, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you. Like, subscribe, increase this bandwidth. Let's get this out there, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now. Hey my friends, it's your friend Kevin here with a preview for next Friday. That's August 23rd. Happy hour at the Woo Woo Lounge. We are going to be discussing, talking about, and hopefully shifting our vision. Now this is number 5 in the 12 stages of a spiritual revolution. And it really is all about changing or shifting or considering that the vision, the view, our viewpoint as we evolve as spiritual human beings, as we evolve as just as humans. Tibetan teachings speak about this third eye center known as the Shiva Netra. Now Shiva was the goddess of destruction and regeneration. And as we evolve, as we learn, as we grow, we have a different viewpoint than what we may have had before. So having a handle on how to use your third eye center to perhaps make manifest or even understand another viewpoint is helpful. Our evening is going to start with a guided meditation to get us in the mood, followed by a discussion about our third eye center, when we use it, when we know we're using it. Do we use it voluntarily, involuntarily? How can we use it for our highest potential, etc., etc.? And then I'm going to pull some cards for some people just to give them an idea where the vision is, if they're on track, if they're not on track. So I hope you'll join me Friday night, 6:30 Eastern Time, on my Zoom channel. You can go to the link below and sign up. And I hope to see you there. Thanks so much. Bye. Hey everybody, we hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with all your friends. Here's a QR code if you decide you'd like to get a private personal reading with me. I'm available most evenings and on the weekends. Just go over to the website book in what session, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and then fill in the contact information, and I'll be back in touch. And if you feel kind enough, here is a link to my donation button. Energy exchange of any amount is always gratefully received. Until next time, be well, be blessed, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.